I absolutely love using edibles to decorate tablescapes. And this season you can try too. Hi, it's Hani here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make these beautiful and super easy fall leaf table setting cookies. So let's get started. I'm gonna be using an oak cookie cutter to cut out my shapes, but you can use other cutters. There are so many different leaf cutters on the market these days. And I'm using my classic sugar cookie recipe. I've got this recipe here on my YouTube channel and also on my blog, hanielas.com, along with an ultimate guide on how to make cutout cookies in general. To make the hole in the cookie dough, I'm doing this before I bake the cookies. I'm using a large straw. You want to twist the straw until you cut through and then you gently lift it up. We're going to thread a ribbon through the straw. I'm also going to use several paintbrushes. You want to keep the paintbrushes damp but not saturated with water. So make sure that you dab it into a clean dry paper towel to remove excess water. And I'm also going to use a palette knife. So let's start with the decorating process. So first we're going to outline, although this step it's also optional. If you don't have a piping bag, you could just spread the icing with a palette knife or a butter knife onto your cookie, but outlining it like this makes it a bit easier. I'm using ivory colored royal icing. And as you can see, my icing is on a thicker side. I've got my palette lightly kind of dampened with water, just so it's easier to spread. And for a full recipe for royal icing, you can visit my blog, and I also have it here on my YouTube channel. If you prefer buttercream, you can also use buttercream. I've got a really nice recipe for crusting buttercream, and it would work for this design. So now we're gonna smooth icing with that large coarse paintbrush. And what I'm doing, I'm just evening it out. We can remove any excess. And also, if you see that there is icing kind of overlapping the edges, we can trim that while it's still wet with the scribe, like so. To create the design, we're going to use the paint brushes. So remember I told you lightly damp paintbrush. The bristles should be just lightly damp. So I'm using the fine line paintbrush to create the veins. What's really important is the consistency of your icing. If your icing is too runny, this is not gonna work because the lines will just disappear. They will blend together. So make sure that the icing is on a thicker side. And also, as you basically paint the veins, you are going to have some icing on the bristles on your paintbrush. So you can keep cleaning it into a damp paper towel as you create more and more lines. Now I am switching to that fine tip paintbrush, creating these super fine lines here and there. And I'm going to let this dry for about 5-6 hours, and then we can paint the design. Now, I'm going to show you two ways how to do it. We're using gold luster dust here, and I'm mixing dry luster dust with Everclear. You can also use McCormick's lemon extract, which is really nice because it also adds some lemon flavor. If you like lemon and you don't have vodka or Everclear, you can use McCormick's lemon extract. It's really nice. And I'm just following the veins I made, the painting essentially with my paintbrush. I'm adding the gold. Isn't that nice? I mentioned 2 ways, so we're gonna do the gold, and also I ended up using edible paint in case if you wanted to mix it up a little and add some color to it, or if you don't have gold luster dust, you can use edible paint. Now we can decorate further with, well, this is a non-edible. Always make sure to tell people not to eat the bow ribbon. So you can make a nice bow and then trim the ends. And here is the second idea. So I'm using, this is a lovely teal color. I'm adding some Everclear, or you can use vodka to make the paint. Depending on the brand, sometimes it will be like kind of like a gunk forming when you mix the two. So make sure that you remove that. If you see, it would be sticking to the bristles. And now switch to a fine liner paintbrush, and then we can paint with this lovely teal. So it's basically the same thing like with the gold, but this is edible paint instead of gold luster dust paint. And those of you who are more of picture learners, you can find a full blog post with step-by-step pictures, and also it includes list of tools that you need, and also useful tutorials, and that's on my blog. So here they are, beautiful table setting cookies. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you are new to my YouTube channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button so you get notified about my new uploads, and I will see you next time. Bye!